Hey everyone, Matt here. I'm here for my first tune-up after my initial programming session, and hopefully I'll be able to get some more relief from my tremor. It's still in my left hand a little, as you can see, a little bit in my neck, like slightly, and then still kind of in my fingers. We'll see, I'm at an amplitude of 2.3 on each side. So I wonder if we'll be able to increase that considerably. So I'm excited. They added on some person who got misscheduled, so I'm like double booked. That's alright.
But been going okay?
Yeah.
Appreciate your video.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, more to come. What's your favorite band or whatever?
Oh, I listen to Led Zeppelin, classic rock, all that stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like the hardest guitar song I can think of, but
You know, there's one that I will probably learn. It's Braniar off of Physical Graffiti.
yeah.
Because the
Right
right
hand
hand is,
picking.
yeah, it's finger picking, but it's
Yeah.
like very unorthodox. So
Yeah.
if I can get through that without a tremor, that's a pretty, we're in good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been okay. Has it faded out a little?
Yeah, it has faded out. Yeah.
That's kind of what I expected.
Yeah, I think that's expected.
Were you there for surgery?
No, I wasn't.
Disappointing you lack mustache now, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Disappointing.
It's still on my ID, so
Yeah,
people
there
still
you
get
go.
to see it.
Yeah, like so if I try to do like this, yeah, you see that.
Yeah.
And then the left hand with all kinds of stuff.
It was up here, right, where you were getting most of it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's what I remember last time.
But even like day-to-day things, like I can't trust it. I still have to rely on my right hand,
Okay.
even though I'm left-handed.
How long do you think it lasted where it was pretty good?
Maybe like I don't know, like a week or something, and then kind of slowly.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me? It's your hand.
I don't know. I mean, you're with me every day too. A guitar, I notice it like when I shift positions.
Yeah. Let's see.
I really notice it when I'm like trying to like, geez, if I go like this.
Oh,
A
yeah,
certain
a
angle.
little bit of weight on there, yeah.
Yeah, or something like that. Of course, I'm not really doing it, but there it is.
It's so funny how sometimes it's so specific for people.
Yeah.
Like here's okay, you turn it a little bit and it goes, and
Yeah.
add a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Healing up okay.
Yeah, just these little these little divots.
Yeah.
I guess that's normal, right?
Yeah, some people actually put a cap where it's like a good half inch up. So that's better than having bumps.
That's true.
Yeah. And plenty of times people come back and they're like, when are these things gonna go down? I'm like, that's the cap they put on your head. That's always gonna be like that.
Oh wow.
So yeah, he kind of smooths it down and tries to make it flat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
Yeah. The connection and stuff's okay.
Yeah.
Not bothering you. The site's okay.
yeah, it's all good.
Good. Alright, let's see.
This one gets like itchy more, it seems like, once in a while.
Yeah.
That's still healing, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Usually what'll happen is you'll feel that. You'll feel kind of tingling and stuff through that course where they, here, and then if they did that on the right side of the connector,
Yeah.
behind the ear, usually it's a little tingly, itchy when it kind of heals up on people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes a little time to get used to just having the thing in you and how it feels and all that.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, let's see. I like this shirt. He doesn't actually say Luke. This commonly misquoted.
That's true.
Touch my finger here. My son got really into Star Wars. said is the right hand okay, or you notice a little on the right hand?
I do notice them.
Alright, bump that up a little first.
Yeah, I remember you liked symmetry, so.
I do, yeah. It's funny how sometimes you talk to other neurologists and just have these little compulsions about them. One guy was like, whenever he microwaved his food, he did it as an odd number. But you'd think you'd do even numbers, yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
And I was like, okay.
That requires a little too much thinking.
Yeah.
Got a friend like that. He can't listen to music on an odd number. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a multiple of 5.
Alright, bump that side up a little. Now
Yeah, I can tell.
turn this side up a little.
I can feel it.
You scare away my med student.
Me or him?
Did she go out?
I don't know, yeah.
Um,
Thought she was coming back, right?
Alright, I bumped up both sides a little. They're both 2.5 now.
So we're gonna do that where it's another like cap?
Yeah, I think that's for now. As long as it seems like it's a good setting, we'll just kind of gradually bump it up.
Because everything in my brain is aimed in the right direction, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we always got room to switch it around, but it's pretty good. Looks like it should be pretty good.
Yeah. Does that ever happen where you gotta like re-aim it in a different direction?
Yeah. Yeah, usually if you kind of get it pretty good the first time, it is one of those things where like it works pretty well for a while, it kind of fades out, and you just, it's like starting meds. You start off low, you bump it up. Then if you get too high and you get side effects, then you sort of change it a bit. Hold your left hand underneath there. Still better now. Yeah, that's at 2.6.
Oh, I can still feel it like wanting to come out.
Ratchety. Alright, 2.7. Feel any tingling
Yeah.
in the hand?
Or actually in my remember I felt sick the last time?
The
Yeah.
red zone.
Yeah, the red zone. I'm like almost to that point.
Okay.
And then my speech feels like like I had a shot of alcohol or something.
Yeah, you can get a little slurred. You usually feel it in the back of the tongue where it feels.
Yeah, that's where it is.
Bend down a little.
Does it usually my brain can adjust to that too, right?
Well, a lot of times you kind of, if you push people towards the threshold, you might get a side effect, then it can settle out. If you get too far over into the area you don't want, it could be permanent. But,
Until you back out.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally speaking, in the beginning phases here, people tolerate lower thresholds than how you'll eventually be able to tolerate. So.
Yeah, for sure. What'd you bring it down to?
So that hand's 2.5, you were at 2.3. That's 2.5, that's 2.6.
Intriguing.
Yeah. Alright, let that sit a little bit. I'll see where she went. I gotta go inject some lady with Botox and come back.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Essential Tremor also, or?
No, she's got different stuff. They did it for the hands for you? Or
Yeah, Dr. McGraw did that.
obviously didn't work very well.
It did not. It was so painful too.
Every time I've tried it for that, you undershoot and it doesn't work, or you overshoot and you get people drop fingers.
Yeah, I was kind of like, it was like,
Yeah, it's tough to do.
yeah,
Maybe if you're someone who does a bunch of it, you'd be better at it, but it's hard to do.
that's all right.
Yeah. Alright, let that sit a little bit.
Cool.
I'll step out to you for a minute.
Sure. I'm already kind of used to this setting. At first it was like, ooh. Now it's like I'm already used to it.
faring?
Fine.
Left hand okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's still there, but it seems a little bit better.
Speech okay?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think my brain's
Sounds okay.
adjusting. Yeah. I think mine's right now.
I can give you the drunk voice setting and turn it up on.
And then I get pulled over.
Yeah.
I gotta do the, sobriety test.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be symmetrical and bring this side up?
No, probably not because he pointed out to me I want to be against the symmetry.
But
But I think you're gonna need more on that side anyway.
Yeah,
Just
for sure.
That side's gonna be worse.
I get
This
that.
thing up here is gonna be a tough one.
So that's kind of every month we're kind of get the left side going more.
Well, at some point it should kind of settle out on you.
The,
And also
the
give you-
dystonia thing?
Yeah,
This
I mean,
time?
I hope so. I mean, it's just kind of a funny thing up there. I mean, I wouldn't be entirely surprised if there's still a little bit of it, but I'm gonna try and just knock it all out.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Head and neck's been good. Looks good.
Yeah,
Right.
might drink a little bit.
A little bit
So,
there.
yeah.
I think his head and neck's okay. Sometimes it's probably easy for you to notice than him.
Considering where it was,
Yeah.
Yeah, everything is like.
I mean, kissing him's still weird. I'll be honest.
Mm.
I mean, he's never been so still in 7 years we've been together.
Yeah.
It's like if there's
Yeah,
something.
used to it, yes.
Yeah. It's bizarre for me because I'm used to the moving target.
You keep waiting for it to like come back.
Yeah, I'm still, because I was always hyper mindful with it.
Yeah.
Just,
It's one of those funny things when you kind of feel it, and then it's like it's less or gone. People are just waiting for it to like be like, all right, where is it?
yeah. I mean, the left hand, it's still unpredictable, so it's, I don't know. It's a little bit of a bummer, not gonna lie, with the left hand.
Yeah.
But with everything, it's like not a bummer.
Yeah.
Whole-
Nah, you're still in the early phases of all this stuff.
Yeah.
If we're months and months down the road and it's the same, then I'll say, yeah, I'm a little more pessimistic. But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's still early.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, hold it up there,
Yeah.
because that's that one thing that. I mean, that's pretty steady, but you get that kind of rotation first.
mm,
Okay.
I
When you're
think-
playing, it feels okay.
yeah, I think it just, every once in a while, it's like my hands do something like
That's
that.
it.
Right.
Okay. Did you change anything at home at all? Because I'll give you a range to go up on this stuff too.
Yeah.
So that's why I'd say now, like if, actually, do you have another appointment?
Yeah, I
I
do.
think we made a few, right?
Yeah, like three more, I think.
Okay, good. Yeah, alright, you got July, August, September.
Should we schedule more?
That's okay for now. What I was gonna say is, if the same thing happens where like, okay, it's good for a while, but then a week or two it starts going down, bump it up a couple points. Yeah.
How much range are you gonna give me?
That's what I'm about to set. So, let's see, alright, for the right side, I'm gonna bump it up. Let me know if you start feeling anything. You should have a good amount of room to go up, so. But slurred speech is kind of usually one of the first side effects you might get.
But then it tapers off once I start getting used to it.
Well, yeah, but everyone has a threshold where if you go too high, it'll just be there, you know.
That's right.
And that's why I'm trying to see where that is.
Yeah, I can feel that. Whoa.
Tingly?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's at 3.
Whoa. Yeah, a little dizzy.
Going on a little ride.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll give you 2.8 for a range there.
So 2.8 will be as high as I can go.
For now, yeah. 'Cause 3, you started feeling that. Let me bump up the other side here. For the left hand.
Yeah, I can feel that. Whoa. Whoa, stick to my stomach a little.
Yeah, you hit that last
Red
one,
zone.
too.
Red zone.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
nice.
That's for that side. Yeah, when you go up, you kind of hit that. That one wasn't. You didn't feel nauseous, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Come on, Lefty. Work with me, man.
What area causes nausea and vim?
I don't know. There's so many of these. Like, it's usually if you're more anterior. We're catching most of this side here, but it's a little bit off. Interesting. There's so many of these small nuclei. I mean, I think it probably has to do with more of like a cerebellar thing. Just like if you're kind of wobbly and you're hitting those fibers where people feel like they're kind of unsteady and wobbly, and you're just going, oh, it gets you. Do you feel like you're moving at all, or just feel nauseous?
Yeah, it was just nausea. A little more like dizziness.
Yeah, I think it's all that kind of same pathway.
Because it's like, it originates somewhere in the cerebellum, and then it goes through the thalamus.
Yeah,
Is that what
this
happened?
circuit with the tremor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no way
Everything
to.
gets up relayed through there. That's such a small area that's got all these relays from basically everywhere throughout the brain.
That's
through
why
the
it's.
thalamus.
Yeah, that's why it's best to access it from there.
Yeah, I mean, you could in theory do stimulation all along that tract, but yeah, it's a little more difficult to target different areas. Just historically, that's where they've done it, so you kind of know where it is, the measurements now, and where to put it. Yeah.
I mean, it probably originates from so many different areas. Is that why they can't like pinpoint it in the cerebellum like this?
It's a big loop. It's a big loop that goes cerebellum, thalamus, up to the surface of the brain, all the way through. Yeah. So it's more like what's around it that you don't want to stimulate. So if you're down in the cerebellum, actually, most people think about it for like mood or like movement and things, but you can get memory issues, you can get mood issues. It can affect a lot more than just coordination.
With essential tremor in general?
Oh, just anyone like in the cerebellum. Yeah.
Oh,
you
I
have a
see.
stroke or something there, and yeah, but right was the stimulation too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what am I on right now?
2.5 and 2.6.
2.6, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll be able to move up to 2.8, am I right? And
2. Yeah, I'll give you probably 2.8 both sides. So yeah, I'd say let that sit for a little and then bump it up. So
maybe in a week or something?
yeah, that hand, this side, left side, when you went up, you get that kind of weird feeling. That side was, well, and then your speech got a little bit worse too.
Mm-hmm.
Right hand was more tingling. You felt more tingling there.
Nah, yeah, it's just,
Feel weird.
yeah. Maybe the same as the left side, but not as intense.
Okay. So yeah, you'll probably have a little lower threshold on that side. Side effects. But if that happens and we go up and we can't go up anymore, we can shift this up a little. The stimulation.
Like aim it in a different direction or something?
You can do all the above.
So there's different options, in other words.
Yeah.
So we can get to almost like a high point on the left side, and if it's still not panning out, you would have to like back off and aim it in a different direction and build up from there, I guess.
Well, I'd make little changes basically.
Gotcha.
And then, so if you look at this brain, it'll make more sense. So this is the area you want to stimulate, right? That's the red thing is the stimulation orb, whatever, for lack of a better term.
Sure.
The
That's the
model
area.
of the stimulation.
Sure.
Right? The pink thing is the area of the brain we're trying to stimulate. So
Oh.
this area down here probably would help with tremor too. If you stimulate it, it's not going to cause a problem. So the whole thalamus is this whole overarching structure.
Gotcha.
So we're only interested in that part.
Got it.
So right when you start pulling into this other area, which you are somewhat,
The purple area?
this blue,
Oh, gotcha.
and then this is a whole nother area. Actually, let me do this one. if you start stimulating into there, where you get more pulling and the tongue issues. So,
Gotcha.
but what we could do, probably the next move I would do, is, well, there's a couple different ways. I mean, you're trying to just push everything out this way, which is why I have only these things activated. This whole front side is off. It's all getting pushed to the back.
Ah, gotcha.
So we could try and go, shape the field a little bit more that way.
If it came down to it.
Yeah.
Right.
We got moves you can go either up a little higher, down. And you can only get so far this way before you just start expanding all ways, You can't do directly that way.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we got other things to try.
Very cool.
Yeah. Look, that's you.
Yeah, I'm bald. How about that?
Model guy.
An accurate representation.
That's true. We should do face models and put it in there. Yeah. Do with video games and stuff. I'm sure we can do it. All right, let's see.
Oh, that'd be kind of weird. Like, I come in here the next time and you got like an Xbox controller attached to this thing.
It's like your face. Yeah. Alright, that's good. Are you doing okay with charging it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it says about an hour a week, so.
I'm doing it like every 3 weeks almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a couple hours or.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it out for longer, just take a little longer sitting with it on there.
Exactly. I usually wait until it's like, because you got the three greens on the battery, and usually when one goes away, and there's only two full, that's when I charge.
It's funny, like, it's like, because then that one last bar turns red, right? And it's like everyone avoids it. Yeah. Even though it's still like 33%,
Oh, really?
Everyone does it the same way. No one lets it get down to the third one. It's like, like,
I know.
As soon as one drops, they're like, all right, charge it up.
It's like, what if I'm on a deserted island, I'm gonna make it last as long as possible.
Probably do the same.
Yeah.
And you're still taking the pen? No, you got off that, right?
Completely off.
Okay. And that's worst case scenario. If you try all these things and it still is kind of insufficient, you can start adding more meds back in. I mean, you'd rather avoid all that. But
I don't see that happening, because it's like, this is so much better than when I was even on the meds. I don't see why.
yeah, no, I don't think you need to either. All right, well, let's see. Next one is
July 20-something?
yeah, 25th.
Cool.
Then at some point, if we start doing other things too, you could get up to 4 programs on here, so you can get different things you can switch between too. But hopefully it'll all be easy and simple, and it'll just be good, and you leave it alone. But you got lots of options.
Yeah. So with multiple programs, like people, like if it's like, okay, I need a tremendous amount of relief, I'm going to go to this other program. That's kind of the idea with that?
Well, usually in this scenario, if I give people multiple programs, it's if you turn it up and it works pretty well, but then your speech gets a little bit slurred. Right, so then you can have one setting where like, all right, this tremor's pretty solid, but my speech is a little bit off, but if I'm just sitting at home, I don't care, right? And then you can get one where it's like, yeah, maybe it's not quite as good, but your speech is better.
I see what you mean.
I don't do it real often, but
I see what you mean. It could be like a performance program where it's like, okay, I'm going to be playing,
yeah,
and I don't even care about speech.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'd have some people where they're like, they knew their speech was a little off, but then they'd be like, all right, I got to talk to someone on the phone for a while, switch it off to talking mode, and tremor gets the worst, speech is better, flip it back when they're done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, ideally, you'd have one program, that's fine, and not making speech worse, but
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
A patient who was a skier, and he had a skiing mode.
Oh, yeah.
He had a program that he used just for skiing.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd have people walking, talking, just name them different things.
Wow.
Yeah. spend a lot of time talking, especially with virtual stuff, and it's like, you know, or you do stuff on Zoom and they're like, oh, my head's shaking, I don't like that. And,
Yeah. Intriguing.
yeah. Alright. Yeah, give it a little time, it starts fading off again, bump it up. Bump it up by, you know how to use your thing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, go up by 0.1 or 0.2.
Yeah, that's what I was doing before. You said to go up by 0.2, and I was like, yeah, let's coast. So I did
Yeah.
0.1 every couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Easy enough.
But you would want me to hit the max by the next time we meet, probably, right?
It depends. I didn't give you a real high range. I mean, like I said, those thresholds you have now will change. I mean,
For sure.
you'll be able to tolerate it more next time.
Yeah. Cool.
Because that's still pretty low. I mean, at some point you go high enough, those things are that's just the top end. But,
How high can they go?
well, you can get these things really high. I mean, you're at 2.5, 2.6. You can probably get up to, I mean, technically, you would have side effects and you would not enjoy it, but you can get up to 5 on these things as far as before you're like causing damage.
Damage, holy cow.
Yeah, you'd probably be going, what are you doing to me? You know?
Be massive red
before
zone.
that point, but yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, I know.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah. All right. Well, sorry to bounce back and forth on you. It's just,
It's all good.
you know, just constantly busy.
So this thing could it could just diminish over time.
I'm hoping so. Yeah.
Like we could get to like, let's say like whatever setting, and as the months go, it could just taper off, kind of thing. Is that what we're talking about?
I mean, I think you're gonna need a higher setting on that hand.
Yeah.
And it is just kind of a funny tremor, to be honest, when it gets kind of rotational like that. But
Have you seen it in patients where it's just kind of or no?
yeah, no, I mean, I definitely had some times where like all this stuff pretty solid, then you get one position and you're like, "Bleep," it's starting to go a little bit there, and then you can never I try and squash it out completely, but then you get side effects and you go, all right, I think you're just gonna have to live with a little bit of that.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know if you're at that point. Too
Yeah,
early to say.
it's too early. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, overall, this is it's life changing.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Cool. Well, yeah. We'll,
You gotta play Tiptoe Through the Tulips for Veronica.
I don't even know how to play that, honestly.
I'm
I'm sure
like
it's
when I
easy.
think of the ukulele, I think of that.
I think of that really big Hawaiian guy.
Yeah.
What's he
Oh,
playing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Forget what his name is, but yeah. I thought that was crazy. He was just massive. He had this little bitty, little thing, and I'm like, how can you?
Yeah.
How can you play that thing?
Then this
You
is
know?
oversized. I mean, this is I think this is a baritone ukulele, because they're usually smaller. Like the concert ones are small, and then you get a soprano, which is even smaller. I think it's like that big or something. Yeah.
You ever do the banjo?
Yeah, I have a
That'd
banjo.
be another thing with the picking,
Yeah.
You have a tenor banjo?
Yeah, it's a tenor banjo. It's not like the bluegrass banjo. Yeah. But yeah, that'd be awesome, man. If I could play Bronnier, that'd be pretty.
Yeah.
I've even tried to learn that song.
Ah, wow. Jimmy Page is.
Yeah, I know he's like a god.
So I told you you can come in with like the big one suit with the big chest flare and then long hair, sparkle like bell bottoms.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, the double necked Gibson SG. Oh man. Yeah, if anything, like Stairway to Heaven, I can actually play all the way through now,
Yeah.
which is pretty. I've been able to do that since my 20s.
Nice.
So that's like huge already.
Plus, you've been learning the Black Mountain side.
Yeah, that Black Mountain that was in the video I sent you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That song is pretty difficult too.
Yeah.
So we've been making some headway with that. That's pretty. I wouldn't even attempt that.
Classical gas
Yeah, that's right.
would be another good one for you.
Yeah.
Ow.
Like it's a good picking song.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Alright, cool. Well, wish I could sit and talk with you for longer and mess with this thing, but leave it alone for now.
Sounds good.
Bump it up if you need to.
Sounds good.
So he's at 2.3 and 2.5, or is that what he can go
2.5
up
and
to?
2.6, you can go up to 2.8.
We can go up to 2.8. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
on both sides, yeah. Then yeah, you got an appointment in like less than a month, so yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, appreciate it.
You bet. If I learn any new
Take care.
songs, I'll send you a video.
Yeah. I know. Well, I still think you can just sit out in the lobby and throw your case down and
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
yeah.
Just have people throw their insurance cards in there instead of money.
You could barter for neurology appointments.
Exactly. So I did send that video to Dr. Sani
Did
and
you?
his staff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He never responded.
Oh.
I assume he's.
See, I gave you a very nice response.
You did.
Yeah,
A very big review, Dr. Wodziak. But, I'm just wondering, like, because I know, like, your staff sees it first and
Yeah,
then send
it
it up.
does get filtered.
So
Yeah.
maybe Brenda was
Maybe I
like,
never got it.
I don't know, this he didn't play it that well, so I'm not gonna send it to Dr. Sani.
Yeah. Go home and practice it.
Yeah, yeah, send us a new one later.
I'll ask him if I see him. I don't see him real often. Every once in a while, I'll see him on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it is certainly possible that he never got it or looked at it.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, he's the guy in the surgery, and it's
Yeah.
like you get to see all the after effects.
Yeah.
Like he just puts the hardware in, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
No, I
it's
think
like,
that's awesome. I mean, I try to give him feedback a lot because I feel the same way. Because I'm like, you know, I feel like a lot of time you just get like the negative feedback. Oh, like, hey, this didn't work so well, and I'm like, hey, everything's been good.
yeah,
I'm doing a good job, you know. Because
Yeah.
like I don't, right, he doesn't really follow up on him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you can pass it along, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And even, I mean, you got the video link. Forward that to him, or
Yeah. Yeah. I'll see. I'll tell him next time I see him. See if we got it.
awesome.
Then I'll tell him to respond to you.
Yeah. Well, it's,
Yeah.
as long as he see, I just want him to know that. You know.
Yeah. No,
you
that's
saw it.
great. I love it. That's awesome. I told you, it made my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I plan on doing more of those of like off on. You know.
Yeah, it's not so fun turning it off though, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like whoa.
It's not a good feeling, yeah.
It's cool to see like because I get like so used to just having the DBS,
Yeah.
and then sometimes it's like, man, what is it? Do I really have that bad of an essential tremor? And I turn it off, and it's like, yeah. Okay, let's turn it back on. You know.
I think if you turn it off and you let it settle for a bit, it does settle. It's not quite as bad. I feel like just like if you turn the thing on too quick and you get side effects, you shut it off, it usually, and then I think it settles a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's not fun. That's when I have people where they've had it for a while and they're like, yeah, you know, it's not doing a whole lot. I'm like, you ever shut the thing off? They're like, oh yeah, no, that it's terrible. And I'm like, yeah, it's still working.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. All right. Any questions?
No,
All right.
I'm good.
Until the next time. Yep.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Great to meet you guys.
Yeah, nice meeting you too, Gabe.
Nice to meet you.
Same here.
Have a good one, guys.